Yo, what's up, man? Oh, can't go live on TikTok because we have an update on the TikTok live studio. Bear with me for a moment. How much jobs do I have? 4. All right. How much XP? Full pack. All right, let's get to Moco. Oh, wow, the more than 10k people still. Damn. Yo, Sparky, man. You are at work, bro. I get it. All good, man. I hope you have a blast at work. Let's see. How are the guys? You're doing good. Oh. Go, man. Mega Charge Summoner's Apprentice. Okay. Absolutely, Sparky. Man, you got a family to run, bro. Respect. Yeah, and how many people for Ricochet are joining your stream? Is that more than Moco? Is it more like Clash Royale? Because you practically play the same games as I do, man. Well, you know what I enjoy, Sparky, about that part? It's actually just grinding to a certain goal. In this case, it's grinding to 15,000 trophies. It's just a really easy concept, you know? It's just playing games. You win or you lose. If you win, you get 150 trophies. If you lose 145. So slowly you grind to... If you also lose, it's not that bad, but... No, is it out? I was out all day. Is it released? Oh my god, man. I missed everything today. Jesus Christ, man. I haven't, bro. I haven't. Oh, I see it on Jao's Twitch. How long is it? Oh wait, I'm gonna open it. How long is it? 1.5 hours. It's longer, bro. It's 1.5 hours. Do we want to watch it together, or do you guys think, no, bro, we've seen it, I don't want to see it again? Who did a 23-minute video? Ah. Okay. I like... Oh. What's going on, man? How did I survive this, man? Wow. Sick! Okay, I have no idea what they talked about, so... When did they post it, man? Let me see. It was posted 5 hours ago. Okay, I'll... Yeah, I know. It's your best bet actually in terms of popularity and seeing shorts blow up like crazy is Clash Royale. Nothing else, man. You know how the game works. You know there is a huge TAM, aka total addressable market. And all real opportunities are for Clash Royale at the moment. The rest is peanuts, nickel and dime shit. Niche. Niche in the niche. Boring. Alright, I'll have to watch it, but it's long, bro. More than 1 hour and 39 minutes. 1 hour, 39 minutes and 20 seconds, but I'm just... JD, bro, what's up? What's up, bro? Moco baby, what's up, bro? How's the Moco baby doing? It was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, there was some serious fireworks. I've seen a lot, but this is really good. I made a video. No, I didn't. I love shawarma, but it's so much meat, bro. I only order a shawarma bun when I drank a lot, man. When I'm wasted and I need some fatty material. Jesus. Hell, what's hell? It's hell here. Oh my god, man, this... My admin? Which admin? What's this? Victoria, hello! Victoria, did you watch the Moco update? Or don't you... Are you still interested in that? There was a Moco podcast today. There was a release. Oh, okay. Everybody watched it except me. But I was touching grass today. Sorry. And it felt great. Oh, wait, shit. That freezer. Oh. Jesus Christ, what's this thing doing? Wow, only 4? It's some... Hello, it was mega charged. Hello, give me some shit. So, what did you think of it, Victoria? I haven't seen it. Anything that was like interesting for you? Do you have hope for the game? So, chat, let me know, man, what you thought about it. Sparky said it was boring. Is there anything besides that it was boring? For the love of God. Total mayhem, yeah. I'm about to die, but I'm still alive. Yo. You have hopes, but this podcast, is it giving you good feelings? Do you think the next version of Moco is gonna be sensational? But I don't know what it was about. Were they talking about old Moco or the new Moco? Wait, there is a freezer right there. I think there is a freezer here. Show me the freezer, man. There he is. Frickin' freezer. Freezer, man. Okay. Ice Cube in the house, yo. Rapping along with the freezer, man. What's up? Come on, man. You gotta do something? Well, good luck with that. Can this crying out loud, man? Just freaking die. You found it interesting, Death Gun. What was interesting about it? Do you have any points that gave you a feeling that something amazing is coming? One. Really? Let me check that, man. I need to do something else on Twitch as well. Forgot about that. Let's see, man. Yes. Mini solo. Yo, man. What's up, man? Yo. Ah, nice. That worked. Nice. Yeah. How's live, Mini Solo? Mini Solo, did you watch the podcast, man? I want to know your honest opinion about it. You're a journalist, right? So let's have it, man. Give it to us straight. Hello? Oh, it's the chaos suckers. Oh, there's a whisker. Is there a whisker? Oh man, this. Drainer. Wow. Neutral with some else. I love it, man. Neutrals with some else. Let's go, bro. Bro, I don't need all this shit. Just give me... Wow. Now that's an honest answer. Holy shit. Oh my god, man. Wow. I have no idea when to watch this podcast, but it's an hour and a half. I haven't. I was away all day. Yeah, Death Gun, you are the... How far are you with the bonus rewards, Death Gun? Are you done yet? I asked the chat to do it, to watch it on stream. But everybody has seen it already, so... And I'll think it will be boring. I'd rather play some games. It's technically the most important thing to do about Moco. To watch it now on stream? $100 and... Okay. Nice space. Almost 100 more than me, so that's unbelievable still. So, Mini Solo says it's technically the most important thing to do about Moco. So, to watch it on stream for an hour and a half. Who feels like watching this whole thing another time for an hour and a half? I would love to see it though. Oh wait, I had to what did Sparky say? I need to change my title on Twitch. Alright, yes. Damn man, this is sharp. And it's 170 days today. It's Moco. Right, you are. Right, you are. Yes. Actually, how much? I think I'm just gonna watch it, you know? News? Oh, look at that. How does that work?
We really love this game, like making this game the best mobile game in the world or the best game in the world, why not?
Also very frequently a lot of feedback about because you're just pressing buttons whenever.
We really love this game.
Interesting. Yeah, do it. Okay. Let me see how much XP I have. How much... I have 2 jobs. You know what? I'll do that some other time. Let's do the video.
We really love this game, like making this game the best mobile game in the world or the best game in the world, why not?
Also very frequently a lot of feedback about because you're just pressing buttons whenever they come off cooldown.
What it sounds like. You need to actually feel it.
Yeah.
We want Kairos live streaming with like 30 people death balls. Like that is the vibe that we're trying to capture for the whole game.
Okay, let's go, guys.
MoConvo is here, our first podcast, super exciting. Yeah, MoConvo is the name. I don't know if you guys approve. Do we have approval from the table?
We'll see.
Yeah, Ayushman is kind of like,
Is it
divided? But yeah, welcome to MoConvo. We have a lot of hot topics to talk today. We launched our KPA last week. We're going to do an AMA to answer.
I will give you my honest opinion about it, Min and Solo. So stick around. Let's continue.
The questions for the community. And we have like 3 team members here that are going to help us go through all these questions. So first thing that we're going to do is know everyone here. So what I'm going to ask you, maybe start with the left side. I want to know who you are, your name, what you do inside the team, and also, because we're all gamers and we love to play games, your favorite non-Supercell game. Ooh. Just as an introduction. Let's start with the left side.
Okay, so hi, my name's Ayushman. Everyone calls me Iceman. I'm a game designer on the team, and my favorite non-Supercell game would have to be probably Dota 2, which I've played for many years. I don't play it anymore, but I still follow the esports and stuff. It's a great game.
Awesome. Do you see like, sorry to interrupt, but do you see like esports on Moco in the future? Would you like to see?
Hopefully, maybe some dungeon run, some PvP. I don't know. Let's see.
I'm super locked in on esports. I love it.
Yeah.
I would love to one day to have it, but maybe more in the future. Now here on my left side.
Hey everyone, my name is Antoine. I'm a product manager on Moco. And my favorite non-Supercell games. I'd say probably by the amount of like hours spent, probably Counter-Strike, I would say.
Counter-Strike.
So yeah, terrorists win. So on my side, I'm João. I'm the that's camera, of course. I'm João. I'm the community manager. My role with the community, with the company is, why am I repeating what I just said? So João, community manager, favorite game. It's also hard for me, but if I had to pick one, it will be Hollow Knight.
Are you playing Silk Song?
Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm already like 60 something hours, and I'm like
struggling so bad.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with that game because I just want to finish the game. The game like has like some weird difficulty.
And that's what you were playing like during like working hours last time?
No, no. I only play Moco during working hours. But yeah, I still prefer Hollow Knight. It's I prefer the atmosphere and how the game handles difficulty. Silk Song is a bit more unstable in that sense and too intense, too many hours. But yeah, I'm almost finishing Act 3, so ready to move on to the next one. But yeah, if I had to choose, will be Hollow Knight.
All right. Hi, I'm Elis. Everyone calls me Elis. I'm a game designer on the team. My favorite game outside of Supercell would be World of Warcraft. I've been playing on and off for about 20 years, and I'm still playing every Monday and Thursday night with other dudes in their 30s and 40s who have little time otherwise.
Yeah, so amazing to have someone with the RPG kind of experience and love for that game.
What class are you playing?
Yeah.
I was playing Restore Druid until a few weeks ago when we had some need for balanced druid, so I'm switching between the specs.
Nice.
Nice.
Classes, exciting.
yeah. The word, the magic word already popping in here. The word that is creating a lot of, let's say, emotions within the community. But first things first, like, why are we here? So last week we released our KPI. We announced a lot of changes for Moco. Basically, we are revamping the game in many ways. Just to resume, biggest ones were switching from chapters to seasons. So we're gonna like start rotating content. Instead of have like fixed rifts and dojos within chapters. We're switching from builds to classes. So the game, instead of like having this theory crafting where you choose your own builds, we're gonna have classes. Power progression is gonna be removed, so everyone plays at the same level. No progress preset, so all the progress within the game stays in your account. No progress goes away at the end of any season. And of course, as an implication of all of this, we're not gonna have big updates. Let's say for the next maybe. We don't know, but at least this year is going to be unlikely that we're going to update the game. And considering all these changes and considering all these implications, my first question goes to Antoine. What I want to ask is, how much does it hurt that Eder scored the goal in the last minutes of the final match between Portugal and France in the Euro 2016.
Are you kidding me? You waited that moment to throw me that beep on the table, really?
No update for 5 months? You're joking.
Just wanted to throw it out there.
Hey, let's not get political.
No, I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm very happy for you.
I mean,
really deserve.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's.
I mean, Portugal barely wins anything, so it was a good
I'll be level
let's move
200
on,
before
to
something
the
else.
side.
300 maybe.
Let's talk about serious stuff, which is like our changes. First things first, how do you all feel the community reaction? There was a lot of emotions. How did you see that?
Well, of course, it's mixed, but you can see people being excited about some stages, but of course being worried, fearful for losing some of the things that they like about the game. And of course, at this point because we can't show much. They just have to trust us that we can deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great to see people so worked up. Like, we know, hopefully it comes from a place of love, and they just want the game to. Like, we keep reading these comments about Moco has so much potential, and we really need to figure it out. So this is just us taking a stab at like trying to fully get to that potential that everyone sees in the game. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we don't take those changes very lightly, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
we
of
are
course.
building Moco for players, right? So obviously, when we contemplate those big changes, and we know that some part of the community is going to be pleased, maybe some others will not be pleased. It's very difficult to have everyone, you know, liking what you do, or the changes that you want to make. So at the end of the day, I think we are, I would say, but maybe, you know, maybe I speak only on my behalf, but we've seen some quite positive reactions to the changes that we've announced, so, you know, gives us kind of confidence that maybe we're on the right path for that pivot.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, when you change so much, it's impossible to generate consensus, right? Like, we're basically, in some ways, building another game. Not exactly another game, but a lot of things are different. So it's impossible to generate consensus. Some players that are playing the game right now, and if they are playing, I don't know, 100 days after the last update, it's because they really love the game and love the game the way it is.
We do.
So changing a lot of things that they like, of course, like, it's gonna generate like some feelings of you know, like
Of loss.
displeasing, which is
Of
I mean,
grief.
it's normal. But we also saw like a lot of positive reactions. I was actually like very pleasantly not surprised, but like, for me it was like a green flag when we saw our creators. And like, by the way, just to clarify, we never like tell creators to say this or that. They are super free to give their honest opinion, and like, creators were really on board. So for me, like, that's a huge green flag. So yeah, of course we're gonna like dive deeper into why are we doing these changes. Like, of course we don't change the game so drastically lightly just because like, oh, let's just change the game because it's fun. There's like huge motives for us to do that. We're gonna explore those.
Yeah, and I think sorry, I've made notes, so I'm gonna check my
Yeah,
notes
yeah, of course,
sometimes.
of
But I think it's important here for us to also talk about like the fundamentals of the game we are not changing. So you're still gonna be like hunting monsters, there's gonna be open areas, there's gonna be rifts, there's gonna be different gear to collect. And there's also gonna be like cool merch for you to try out, like outfits and mounts. And it's also, we're trying to get it to be way more social than it currently is, so you really have it's much easier to play with your friends. So I think the fundamental aspect of Moco, we really want to keep that, and this new setup almost like allows it to shine a bit more, hopefully.
Can't make a new meta without breaking some features. So on the individual feature level, you might be disappointed that we are removing something, but it might be absolutely necessary for us to do something else, which is even better and worth it in the big picture.
Yeah, and I think like it's before like answering community's questions, might be a good idea to actually like, first things first, like answer the question like, why are we changing things so drastically? Why are we just like not fixing some issues that the current meta has? Like, before we dive into this question, just like to give like also like a perspective. So basically, Moco right now, we have great indicators for Moco. Like, first things first, like, we see that players engage a lot with the game, sometimes even too much. I think like we already seen that like a lot of players play Moco for a lot of hours in a row, which might explain a bit of burnout as well.
Yeah, we need some more touching grass maybe.
Yeah, and like players at
Touching
least for the
grass?
first 2
What's
weeks
this
when
guy
we play the
talking
game,
about?
like, we have super strong indicators that like players love the game. The problem is after like a lot of players, and most of our players just drop game after like, let's say, first 2-3 weeks. Like, that's the huge problem. The ones that stay, they love the game as it is. But the problem is like, all of these players, which is like more than we wish to, are dropping the game very early.
And also, maybe to add on top of this, what we've seen is that when we released Chapter 2 in June, we were hoping to see a lot more players, you know, re-engaging with the new content, right? But
Oh,
well, what we've seen was not exactly what we wanted. So it was also like for us kind of a web
Let's see.
call on okay, maybe the way we approach content, having this like big chunk of content, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 being released every. So we started with like 3 months, right? Originally we had the ambition to do it every 2 months, but obviously producing high quality content takes time, right? But realized that there was not enough players moving from when they were like reaching the end of a content, even if they were in the end game.
Oh.
There wasn't enough players going into chapter 2. So far, it was a big wake up call and say, okay, maybe that's not the right approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think on the launch of Chapter 2 also what we saw that maybe the launch itself wasn't as exciting as it should have been, because when you log into the game, we have this new content, but you have to play for a week or so to get really into that new content. So before that, you're kind of still doing the Chapter 1 stuff. So that's also a bit of a issue with this model.
Yeah, and I think there's also this like I've at least seen this on Reddit, people talking about like why don't we just get more players? But I think there is this fundamental problem of like if we get like I don't know like 500 million players today, the people who are at elite I'm just maybe it's possible, but even if we got that many players, the people who are like right now stuck at elite 100, those players are not going to reach there. So it's not going to solve the problem of like the best players who play the most are the ones who are playing with bots also the most, because there's so few players who filter through the whole system and end up there. So I think there has to be like we discussed this a lot, and we actually discussed this even like before summer, after summer, for weeks and weeks about like how do we kind of solve this problem. And I think that's the root problem that this system, the new Moco 2.1, I guess, is trying to solve, and then everything else is just ways to solve it.
Of course, yeah, and like also to clarify, like there was a lot of like research here, right? Like it's not just, and when I say research, it's not just like reading comments on Reddit or Discord or social media. It's like deep research. We're not like taking this decision lightly and based on nothing, or just like we want to do this because it's fun. Like we analyze a lot of data, a lot of player behavior, how like play tests, surveys, how player like interact with the game, how players interact with builds. All of that was like taken into account to make decisions. So yeah, and considering all of this, so is there a world where we could just improve our current system and still get where we want to go, or was this like, let's say, impossible to do, and like we really need to change the game so drastically as we are doing right now?
Well, I think maybe to
Big
build
Shy.
on what maybe Alice said, we think that the foundations of the house were not the right one, and if we were to build, a nice flashy house and decorate it on top, at the end of the day, the house would not be the house that we want.
Yeah,
and so we feel that, oh man, that was a terrible metaphor. But we felt that we had to do like a big change, and not just like small incremental changes and take like months and months and months to try to see, incremental improvement on how the players engage with their content, or they stay in the game. And we felt like we needed like to take a big swing at Moco, be bold, take risk. And hopefully
and I think historically also with our other games and maybe even stuff we worked on before, it's always like if we make a change, for us it might seem like a really big change, but when it goes out, like for the players, a lot of them don't even get that there is something changed. So I think for us to actually gauge the impact, the change needs to be like big enough that it's completely like something very different from the current one, and then maybe over time we can kind of find a middle ground if required. But I think it's just for us right now, the focus is to try something that's big enough to actually make a difference and to kind of
Building on Antoine's building metaphor. I think, if you need to change the foundation, that's actually pretty difficult to do one block at a time. So it's much easier, leads to better results to do it all at once. plus them, like it doesn't take 10 updates. It's just the one that takes a bit longer.
Takes a bit longer.
Yeah, of course. So like, and I mean, it doesn't mean that the current meta doesn't have its problems that deserve a fix. Like, I mean, players talk a lot about balancing. That could be improved. The end game needed like improvements. That could be improved as well. Some social like mechanics in the game that could be improved. But would that move the needle to the point where we want to? Maybe not. And that's why we need like to revamp the game in such a, let's say, drastic way. But as you said, also Ayushman, like in the end, the game will be the same in the end, in the matter that like we're still hunting monsters, we're still like going on rifts, dojos, worlds, and so the fundamentals will be the same. So maybe in like that, when we go to the arena or to the maps, it won't be as different in that regard, hopefully, because that's what makes Moco like a great game. Is like when we enter the arena and we play the game, it's so thrilling, it's so amazing that. I mean, that won't be lost for sure. So we're taking what's very good on the game and hopefully improve on the sidelines.
Yeah, definitely improving it. It's going to be way better.
Yeah, yeah. And I think like we're going to talk later.
I hope so.
But I also feel that maybe classes aren't still like explained enough how good they are. But we're going to get there. First things first, we had a lot of comments like, I have, for example, ATL and Rejangles, I don't know if I'm saying correctly, from Discord and Reddit. And they are asking, like, what happens until then? What can we do to keep the game alive? Because, like, now it's going to be, like, 3 more months without updates. And, of course, the players that love the game are a bit displeased because nothing much is going to happen to the game. So just like to give, again, context. I already explained a bit this on the KPI, but, like, basically, we're relocating our efforts to building the new Moco revamp. So all the efforts that were being used to build Chapter 3 are not like transferred to building this new Moco revamp, which will take time. Which means that we have to make this sacrifice, which is like leaving the game. I'm not saying abandoned, but like, you know, not updating the game. Is it ideal? No. In an ideal world, we would still like update the game until this is done. But at the end of the day, we have to make choices, and the choices was like to invest on the future, on the long-term future, and maybe like disregard a bit the short-term future. That's the thing. We want to be. This is a huge ambition, but that's how we do it here at Supercell. We want to be the biggest mobile game in the world. If it's not the biggest, then it's like the second or third or fourth biggest if our other Supercell games are there in the first 3 positions. But even then, we want to be the biggest one. And not the biggest mobile game in the world in 2025. We are not speedrunning success. We're shooting for the long term, right? Of course, like we understand, like, I mean, we empathize with players. Like, of course, it sucks. Like, if you love the game, you want to see more content, and like 3 more months, they already waited 2 more months, 3 more months without content. How much more we're gonna wait? But we have to see like this, like in 3, 4, 5 years, maybe we'll get to our destination, and like, will these 3 months matter as much when we think about 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Yeah. We will all forget about these 3 months in that time. So
it was a tough decision.
Yeah, it was the hardest part of the decision was.
Yeah, exactly as you said. How do we do? Like, do we focus on really trying to improve the game and make sure that Moco, is successful in the future, or do we also take care of the players, right, that are already in the game? And I think at some point we're going to talk about the team size as well. Is that our team size also doesn't allow, having like the double focus. So we had a lot of discussions internally. How do we proceed best with that? And I think you explained it quite clearly. For us, we believe that having all our efforts on focusing on the future of the game is more important for now. That doesn't mean that the game will feel, dead and abundant. There's going to be some like events and some live ops, but it's going to be relatively like quiet or quieter than it was before.
Yeah, but it's definitely
no event this last weekend or this weekend.
Once we come out with this new version, it's just hopefully gonna be.
Just pick up the editor
Updates.
and make a new event.
Paint the walls if you're moving to a new apartment.
So I.
Oh man, that's gonna be the metaphor of that.
Or release the editor
There's
to
gonna be a
me
lot of,
and I'll make a
interaction
couple of events.
between you and the community. So I also feel like it's gonna be a lot of exchange and a lot of updates. So
Yeah, of course. I mean, like when I said on the KPI, like, and when I reached Ayushman, like, hey, I want to do events. It was exactly that, like, mindful of like players feeling that the game will be empty, and hopefully I'm still trying to play with things. Let's see if I can do something meaningful. But like, in my part, I will try to make the game as alive as possible. Of course, it's not the same as doing like big updates, but hopefully we're gonna do like things with creators, with the events and everything. Let's see what we can do. But like,
yeah,
at the end of the day, yeah.
So I think on the in-game events, so there's gonna be some in-game events running, but it's gonna be a lot of like some of the most popular events that we run in the past are gonna be maybe rerun. Maybe some we're gonna do like we've done in the past, like some community voting on what kind of events the players want to see again in the game. But yeah, not to be expected like new, fresh events in the game, at least for that period where we need to focus.
Definitely.
So yeah, let's first, before talking about the hotter topics, there's a question from many players, which is like they are concerned that like this new rotating system. So we're going from chapters to seasons, where like we're gonna have less events, but they are like rotating, less events available at the same time, but they are rotating. For example, Kairos and also a few players I saw on Kairos' video that were worried that we would lose all this feeling of immersion, because like right now you can jump in from world to world and feel this like kind of like RPG kind of immersion where you can like explore vast worlds. Expectation was also concerned that like, because maybe he saw on that image that we shared and that image doesn't exactly represent what's going to be reality, but he was concerned that we're going to have just one rift and one world and one dojo per day, and that won't be enough. So two questions. First, can we create this immersive and content rich feeling that we have in the current version with the new system? That's one question. And second question is, how much content will players have available at the same time?
So yeah, should I go?
I can take the second question first, and we don't know. What we need to do is do some playables, test it out, do playtesting, and figure out what is the right amount. And then, of course, even after we go live, if we are pushing out too much or too little, then we need to adjust.
Yeah.
And that's all up to us to just find the best version of the game in terms of content and how quickly it rotates in and out and all that.
Yeah, but also I think one thing to note here is because the content is going to be so fleeting. So firstly, there's going to be a lot more content every day. So it's not going to be like one open area and a rift. We're going to probably have like at least 3 or 4 open areas. We're going to have like maybe 1 or 2 rifts. There's going to be difficulties in the rift and then the difficulties will be hopefully like more fun to beat because you can't get stronger. We'll come to that later, I guess, in the podcast. So you just have to get good.
Well, you can get stronger, but not through power progression.
Yeah, I mean, you can get stronger. Yeah, sure.
Mentally stronger.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think one of the problems with the current game is also like you have to just play the same content a lot. So you unlock a new open area and it's cool, but then you're playing it for like weeks till you unlock the next one. So in this model, I think we're also going to be like doing a lot of like, I don't know, for the lack of a better word, a lot of remixing. So it's not just going to be the same open areas that we have in the current game just on rotation. We're going to be just changing up the monsters. We can do like an open area which only has jumpers, for instance, like because it's all just there for a short period of time. I think we can experiment with much crazier things happening, like we have this prototype dungeon we've made where you just have to run around finding more bots. So we can do a lot of much crazier gameplay wise things without worrying too much of it just permanently being in the game forever and ever, and then we have to just constantly keep tweaking it. So I think it's hopefully the rotating content actually does make it maybe deeper is not the best word, but more varied. Like
More eventful.
yeah, more eventful. It's going to feel very different day to day. If you got bored with something and you stop playing, if you come back after a few weeks, you're not stuck at that same, like, hunt. What was that? There was, anyway, whatever. Like, stuck with some mission about some very rare boss that you can't find. It's just done. So you don't feel too bad about it also, hopefully. And it's just constantly fresh and constantly interesting. And it gives us room to experiment and make more fun stuff without worrying too much about, does it fit well? Is it going to, for the next 20 years, sit in that spot at XP30 or whatever? And then, so yeah.
Yeah, just on top of what you said, so we are doubling down on the tools, right, to create content, so that we really have this the flexibility that Iceman was mentioning. So, I personally see this really our sandbox, right? We're gonna be able to at first like ship content. We don't know exactly what great looks like for us in terms of the how we structure the content, the volume of content, but we're gonna be trying a lot at first. The first couple of seasons is gonna be for us like bit experimental, I would say.
Of course.
We're going to see what works, what doesn't, what players like, what they don't like, and then we'll adapt. But we'll be able to adapt very quickly.
Yeah. We can react to community feedback just like this.
Yeah, in a matter of
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember like when we did the first gauntlet events. The first weeks players were like hating on PvP events, right?
Yeah.
We tried like once, twice, 3 times, and we're like, okay, this is not working. What did we do? We double down on PvE events. That's what's player like, and that's what we can do with the whole game, not just with weekend events, but with the whole game. We can like go crazy, experiment, and if players don't like, we change like the way we approach those events. That's how exciting this will be, and like I can't wait to really try this out, because I can't wait to see the crazy ideas that we're going to put in the game and how much fun they will be. And
Yeah, and I think players will also like for example, with the big Draenor Rift that we made, it's kind of, in hindsight, it's kind of weird that when we put it out, it's only certain players see it and then everyone else sees it. Like, it's all spread out across time, because it's only when you reach level 35 or 40 that you see it. In this model, everyone sees it at the same time. Everyone's like discussing how to beat the nightmare difficulty or whatever. So I think it will just, hopefully it's just a lot more fun.
yeah,
I think that also touches on the question of like depth and in terms of the immersion, that everyone will be experiencing the narrative and story at the same time, and we want to have these seasonal themes, weekly themes that tell you more about the world of Moco, and that all the content that we are putting out on that week makes sense within that context.
Yeah, and you should feel like you're part of this startup and you're hunting monsters together, and if you joined this week, this is what we're doing this week, and it's just like, I think it's way meatier, and it allows us to like improve it. In the earlier model, like whatever we learned from chapter 1 and 2, we can only put that in chapter 3, and then for new players coming in, they still have to play chapter 1 and chapter 2. And then it just becomes such a huge task if we want to like if we come up with some new gameplay mode, if we want to insert it into chapter 1, that just becomes like this massive like rebalancing and this crazy like
and also, one of our like core values is, have like a true social experience. Like with our current and old model, imagine, you play the game for 3 years, right? Or like 3 years after launch, then the new player joins the game.
Shashwat, yo!
Basically the first level. Those 2 players will never play together, right? So, I want to invite, depend on maybe on some level.
Maybe they catch up and
But like 3 years of content, we're talking about, dozens of chapters.
Rico?
Those players will never play together. So there's just
it happens in the team. Like we sit.
It was great, man.
Dungeons, and then suddenly one guy is like, "Oh, I haven't unlocked this one yet," and then
lots of fireworks.
Like, I think if
great event.
need to like be
food, the whole thing, man.
Solving all these problems.
Yeah, I also heard like whispers in the corridors that like with this new system we can create this kind of sort of like, let's say, community events when there's like this big monster where all the community like joins together to kill this monster that has like a huge HP bar. So this is the kind of things that we can like just pull off like this, right? And not like the. I mean, I don't want to like.
I think so.
Work, I know, because like sometimes people is like I don't know, like programming and designing is just like this. Oh, I have this idea, I do like this, and computer reads my mind. No, it takes time.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that like introducing these things will have more flexibility.
Yeah, and then the cool part is once we do make that system, then we can reuse it like this. So it's like the first time maybe it comes out in season 2 or something, But then after that, it's going to be like just there for us to use whenever we want. We can have interesting, like, all sorts of.
We're gonna make your job easier as well, you know.
Or harder.
Or harder,
Harder.
yeah. I mean, at least more exciting for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if the game gives me tools to be more involved with the community, I mean, even better. Yeah, moving on.
Wait,
Uh,
wait.
Okay,
I have
not moving on.
not moving on. One more thing I'd like to say is that one impression, because there was a lot of feedback about FOMO.
No idea,
Yeah.
bro. I'm first going to Japan
Not everything is going to be on a daily rotation. So that's another thing that we're going to expect
in December.
So it's not like if you don't play one day, you get to miss out on something. There will be some things which will be daily, some things which might last for a week. We might have a big,
I also have the USA
last for
planned.
the whole season.
March.
So it's not like we're trying to find
December, man. I'm going to Japan.
fresh frequently, but also that
Yeah,
it's
man.
not so daunting that you just feel like it's this heavy, like, oh my god, I need to play every day. And
Yeah, and I mean, if you put a lot of love and effort into a piece of content like a Rift set,
hmm,
then
With my
we also
laptop,
want
bro.
players to see it.
yeah.
So then we want to make it last longer, and maybe if there's something that lasts a short time, maybe that's a bit more throwaway, maybe something experimental that we maybe.
I used to stream with this laptop, so it should be good.
Yeah,
New thing
Or I
work.
should buy a new one.
Yeah, two creators that were concerned about FOMO was Expectation and Kairos. When if it's too much FOMO, it might be actually like bad for players because they get so anxious that they are missing out, that they just drop the game because like I can't keep up with this game. That's not the goal. Even them as content creators, which I understand, there's like how
Yeah,
am I
you
gonna
wish,
create
right?
content around this or that if content is always disappearing. No, there's going to be like more lasting content where they can create content. And actually, I mean, I'm not a content creator, so I don't know, but I feel like if there's always like new events, they're going to have always new stuff to create content. But of course, we are here to help them. Maybe they have access to some events beforehand and show to the community before it appears.
And
So-
all the players will play those events, not
Yeah.
just the one at the end of whatever content we have, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the
yeah,
content creators, when they talk about and they promote like a piece of content, a piece of event,
That's a good point.
everyone can access this content, right?
Yeah,
These
yeah. We
events.
want those. We want Kairos live streaming with like 30 people death balls like every day. Like we right now it just happens at the beginning of a chapter and then everyone kind of spreads out.
Yeah.
But we want. I feel like that is the vibe that we're trying to capture for the whole game.
Yeah, actually going a bit off script, I think like those death ball moments and
Shit.
oh yeah. Are you scared of going off script? No.
No, I'm just getting some water.
Okay.
Just putting some alcohol in there.
Okay.
It's a rough
No, because
morning.
like I have a script because we have to go through all the questions. So this is not a community question; it's a me question based on you talking about death balls. But like one of the most favorite things that the community likes is like doing those death balls and hunting those mega charges and like these XP rains and all of that. Will that still be in the game and like meaningful?
Yeah,
Or
100%. I think those are the cool things that we want to
Vodka.
that we want players to experience. And we
Those
want
guys,
players
man,
to
they're
be like, tell their
alcoholics.
friends, like,
Jesus.
Come, there's this massive mega charge happening, and I think all of the changes that we're thinking about just enables that to work way better.
yeah, of course. All right, so I think it's time to move to the juicy topic. And the juicy topic is asked by many players, and maybe the loudest question is why remove builds? And giving again context. So if we look through, especially to Reddit, we're probably like where the most hardcore players are concentrated. So a lot of them are unhappy about losing their ability to theory craft. So basically to make their experience more personalized, to make them feel that their character is their own, which is like a very like RPG kind of motivator. Many players want to keep builds, and at least others are also more conservative or more open, are more suggesting to at least give some sort of personalization, maybe some horizontal progression to classes. However, when we analyzed player behavior, we also saw a lot of players actually like they don't experiment with builds. They just they don't either change builds or they just go with whatever the higher level they have. They go with. They don't switch. Or some players also comment that they are tired of going through YouTube channels just to see whatever build, and I'm one of those to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we have like very like different feedbacks from the more, let's say, RPG.
Huge
mindset
Dragon,
kind of
what's up,
players,
bro?
and the others like maybe
How
more
are you?
casual, and I had to bring this position between hardcores and casuals.
Oh, yes.
It's not an easy position, and sometimes we have to serve both, and both are of course important. But yeah, there's a lot of different feedbacks from different
Thank you.
sources that gives us different directions. So like if you go on Reddit, it feels like it's consensual that players want builds, right? But if you see to other sources, it's not as consensual, right? The reality is that like
You are.
theory crafting is not for everyone. Not everyone has the patience or time to like go what's
Have
the
you
best
seen this
solution.
already, Huge Dragon?
So the question is, why are we moving builds? And is there a way where you can have the best of both worlds?
Well, maybe we could start with what are some of the issues with the current system with the free builds and the three sets.
It's the Mo Convo
First of all,
podcast, number
if you think
one.
about how many different permutations of
Yes,
gear combinations you have, it's I don't know, millions, billions. And
they,
then,
they streamed it
even
or
from the
released it
balance
5 hours ago, so we're rewatching it.
sense out of,
At least
new
for me, it's the first time.
It's really complex, and then it kind of forces us to be kind
So
of
sit down,
conservative
grab some
with the
popcorn.
designs, because everything has to work with everything, and it can't create any broken or overpowered combinations. And then we need to balance everything for kind of the best use cases, which also leads to this like hidden information in the game that you need to know that Vampire Teeth is only really good with fast weapons. If you use Vampire Teeth with a slow weapon, then you're kind of doing it wrong. But the game doesn't really tell you that, and it's just this like things are not necessarily that fun. So even though there's billions of combinations, like if you are anything of a semi-serious player and you want to like perform well in rifts with your friends, then you need to find these like kind of meta builds that are someone has calculated that are more optimal than the others.
Yeah, and I think also like one major thing is that especially from our more hardcore like players who are on Reddit, there is also very frequently a lot of feedback about how the game feels a bit boring because you're just pressing buttons whenever they come off cooldown. And I think the solution, we can't really solve that with the mix and match gear system that we have. So if we want to also develop more skill play where it's not just press buttons when they're off cooldown, but you want to like set up a particular situation and then execute
Not anymore,
it.
Mini
You
Solo?
know, there is a skill involved
You're-
in kind of trying to use a weapon
What?
in the perfect way.
That sentence is-
that, like, kind
I
of
was
make a
honestly
perfect combo
so
with,
excited for this
a million
podcast.
damage or whatever.
That's a
So
great sentence, man.
we need, I think this system allows us to kind of make the gameplay way
Ah.
more interesting with these
Funny
moments
man.
and with like you're actually like mindful about what you're doing, and it's not just like, you know, avoid red area and press buttons as quickly as you can.
Yeah, for example, with the wolf you saw in the video.
There's more in that one sentence than in this entire podcast, bro.
With the other abilities and the weapon of that class, which we can't do in the current system because everything has to work kind of with everything, and can't have these like specific effects.
Yeah.
For example, on the wolf, you can have this like one ability that
No.
that is
Huge
power,
Dragon
and
drinks
allows you to
coffee
use the ability to empower the wolf.
with 1 or 2 women.
Yeah, so everything works together, right? Like
Yeah, so-
your weapon, your gadgets, everything works together, and
Yeah,
you
so-
have like to make a combination where like
Enjoying the
yours
Hawaiian
can
sun.
transfer to that as well, right?
Yeah, and then we can actually make this really deep gameplay.
Everybody
where there's
jealous.
A lot more room to improve and learn how to optimize the class and find these like optimal ways to play in different situations, because it's has more
Ooh.
depth and a bit more complexity. More
I
elements
always
to
drink
it.
my cappuccinos with
One thing
coconut
that you
milk.
said is that classes will have also different level maybe of complexity. So some classes will be a bit more accessible.
Oh, okay, just one
more,
girl.
you know,
Okay,
not play-
decent.
Not player friendly, but just more accessible.
Yeah.
But some others will require a bit more time, you know, to be mastered. And it will allow really players to maybe to express really their skill as much as possible on their specific class. We'll have to see, and it's not decided yet how we want to reflect that. Is it, you know, maybe some classes will have maybe 5-star, in that case maybe that one is maybe complex. Maybe some classes will have 1-star, that one may be more accessible. We'll have to
We
see.
have to kind of and I guess the other point is also like the main philosophy in Moco with the weapons or the classes now is always been like, depending on what the situation, you kind of switch up what you're using. And I feel like in this model it's way stronger because the classes, the way we're making the classes is they're really good at very specific things. So if you go into a rift which has a lot of like small monsters, then there's probably like a specific class that you want to take. So it allows us to create this like very tight gameplay in specific conditions, and it's very clear for the players, I have this class and this is going to be great for this situation. So we expect you to actually be switching classes and figuring out the composition of teams a lot more in this model. And I think another point which is maybe a bit lost in translation with the KPI is that the classes we're going to have a lot of classes. Like currently we're converting all the weapons that we have into classes, and then we're going to build more.
Nothing?
So it's not
Oh.
like a conventional RPG game class where you pick one at the beginning of the game and then you're just playing that. It's like we want you to constantly be switching. There's still going to be weapons kind of.
Actually, class is it's probably not going to be the name that we're going to be using.
Yeah,
Class, it's been the internal name, maybe
Yeah.
to make it easier to understand when this ID has been presented, but it's probably going to be
just the
weapon, right? Probably.
Yeah, we can't say like we're removing weapons and replacing them with weapons
Yeah.
because then it's like
And
Oh.
also this just selecting the class removes this micromanagement that you need to first figure out what piece of content are you going to play, which rift or open world or dojo. Then you need to go to a wardrobe and figure out, okay, what do I actually need for that? Then you go in, play it, then you realize, oh no, actually I needed something slightly different. Then you go back to the wardrobe, choose which is one passive, then you go back to a portal. So you won't have that. You just pick your class and then you
yeah, because most of the current builds are also like the main point is the weapon. So you pick the weapon and it's almost like the other stuff you fill in, just stuff that works well with the weapon. So it's like you're not gonna
25 plus classes, yeah.
Spinsicle, sorry, Whirlwind Axe is our internal name, but yeah, if you're running Spinsicle, you're probably not gonna take like gadget smart rings.
Whirlwind
You're gonna
X,
take, like attack. So it's like already kind of like
Spinsicle.
a bit like that, where depending on the weapon you choose, your options, meaningful options for what you fill up the rest of your build with is kind of limited. Maybe you can choose a bit like some choice between the gadgets and passives depending on the situation, but we don't think it's like meaningful enough. And also then one thing that
To be
also
honest, I
happens is
think if
sometimes
they
there's this
didn't
super
like
broken combination
add chapter 2
and then
with the
just run the
reset,
whole
but just
thing.
add chapter 2
yes,
and people would have
Forbidden
kept
word, I
their
don't know why I brought this.
their levels, I think it would have gone
but yeah, and then it just
completely
becomes like
different.
people who are not in on the secret just end
But
up
not sure, of
doing
course.
these weird matchmaking where if you don't have like squid blades,
Yes,
people are
Squid
just
Blades.
controlling and spinning around and like not doing the dungeon seriously. So we want to avoid that kind of like.
That was the best weapon in the
We
game.
want to keep the fun of like, hey, you can be invis. So in the video there is a class which is built off of squid blades where you are invis, but you know you can't just take all the other spells and just exploit it, and we don't have to nerf it.
Yeah. So first things first, before I forget it, to ask production, every time we say Squid Blades on production, you just put with a beep, so so players don't get triggered with that word.
Yes!
It's like
You can put the squid blade icon over our mouths.
okay,
as
so
the
it's
beep.
so yeah, but
No, bring it back
like
right now.
you guys
Bring it back right now, man.
because a lot of players were concerned that we're just losing like depth, because like for them theory crafting is like how you express your skill in the game, and basically
How
we're not
nice would that be
studying
just to bring
skills
back
from theory crafting.
Squid Blades just for the
Okay, you're
the
like
remainder of
studying your
the
skill.
the
If I
time
go
we
on
have to
YouTube
wait.
channel and I
Bring it
copy
back.
this fast skill, I'm just like copying another person's skill. So it's like, in a way, a limiting skill expression. Where now we're transferring like skill expression to combat, right? I feel like
Yes.
Gameplay skill.
so, and that can be copied. That's something you need to get good. So, so yeah, we're not like losing. Like, I mean, we are losing depth in when it comes to theory crafting, because I mean, you're not like doing our builds, doing our loadouts, but you're like your skill expression is gonna be like through combat.
Just copy the old code back, man.
And I think there's
It's
still going to be some theory crafting of like this particular
easy.
rift Like,
But
people are going to go on Reddit.
I
and
think
go
they
like,
need
"Oh, I
to,
finally beat the Nightmare dungeon this week, and I used this setup with 3 of my friends."
I think they
And so
could
there's
change it
still gonna be that
server-sided,
heavy
right?
Theory crafting, but it's going to be a bit more social. It's a bit more like,
Yeah, man,
how do
easy.
the 4 players that are playing
Easy.
a Rift, what combination works, and because again, without the power progression, you're gonna have to really figure out, especially for the harder dungeons.
Without a maintenance break, man. It's just
They're probably not gonna be as hard as they are
one
now,
switch
but
of a
they're still
button,
gonna be
boop,
pretty
and it's
hard.
changed.
And I mean, I would hope that also we can create deep enough classes that the optimal gameplay.
No more
is
maintenance
what
breaks,
is.
man.
So you have that theory crafting on what is the best way to play.
Nobody
this
likes
class
those.
in this particular rift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
One consideration that
Absolutely.
suggested a lot is
The old
having
lobbies
some
and
sort of
leaderboards.
how do I say, not theory crafting, but at least like some.
And what I
some sort of,
also
like,
miss,
personalization within classes.
I haven't heard anybody
Some
about that, is like when you are
I mean, think of, for
waiting
example, Brawl Stars. They started
for
now they have gadgets,
somebody
like
else to
there's-
join your game,
Do you see
you
a future
normally
where
could
that
just go
can
into a
happen?
world
I mean, we don't need to promise here
and
now,
do
but,
some of your dailies.
Is it something in mind, or
Now
this
when
is
you
not
are
the
in a
first
team,
version, right, of
you
the game?
cannot
That's
do
probably the
your
second
dailies
floor.
at the same
Of
time.
course.
Huge
Yeah, yeah,
loss.
the second floor. Of course, we don't want to talk this in advance, but I mean, if it's something that makes sense, we're not like closed-minded as like class is gonna be like this, and
Yeah, I think right now the priority is to just explore the space of the classes and build as many classes as we can and kind of create interesting gameplay.
of course.
And then we don't know. Like maybe we do something like that, maybe we don't, maybe we do something completely different. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've had discussion about like talents or options within the class, but it's not like obviously better to have them. There's some downsides as well, like the micromanagement of do you have to switch your options every time before you go into the portal, and also like if it's minor changes to class, is it like super interesting? If it's like a really big way change to the way you play the class, then why not actually make that a new class completely?
Yeah, I think like one thing that we need to deconstruct here is that like we released our KPI and we said like game is gonna be like this and that. That doesn't mean that it's gonna be like this forever in the next 10 years. Like
No.
we're gonna still keep evolving the game and building the game and adjusting to how players react to those changes. So like this is just the starting point. This is just like the
Foundation.
the foundations,
The mansion.
exactly. Then we're gonna build like the terrace and the garden and everything.
Yeah, we are being diligent, right? Metaphor, right?
Yeah. Talking more about classes. How is going to be like the process of collecting and maxing the classes? How is that going to be? Because I
That
think
will be
players will
great,
react,
Use
like,
Dragon.
if they're going to have all the classes
Make
available right
a
away,
lobby
if they're gonna make
change.
choices. How's that process going to be?
So I think that's I guess the next question, we also talk about the rewards, but I think that's the main motivation and the main aim of the game, because a lot of feedback we got about the previous version was also like, once you reach elite, like there's no clear goal. And now the goal is to just get all the classes. There's gonna be like a very simple economy where you where all the hunting that you do will get you like class tokens, like name TBD. And there's gonna be like all the classes available in the shop. You can just decide which one you want
In a class shop.
in the
dedicated
class shop. Yeah, which is not gonna be
Class
you
shop?
can't buy, like you can't spend money to get class tokens. It's purely free to play, like
Of course.
just like and then it's just like you just play.
class
you
shop.
Kind of figure out what's the next class you wanna buy. You'll probably we're
Wanna buy?
probably gonna be you'll be able to try it out before you buy it. Probably you can like do your research on Reddit and
Yeah, so there's gonna be a buffer once we
Uh,
launch this.
what am I hearing here?
This update is gonna be a certain amount of classes that would be available from the
Buying
get-go,
classes.
the class shop, and then every new season we will introduce new classes. So now we are like talking about like 2 new classes per month, which is by the way the length of a season. But we'll see, right? We'll see how it feels. But for now, that's so at the beginning, probably between
They specifically said they will have
6 and 10 classes in the shop.
only
in the class shop
monetization
available from the
with
beginning, and every new season
clothing and the
new
whole
classes
micmac.
added to the shop.
and I think the one interesting thing here is that the class tokens that you grind, we're trying very hard to limit it, so you can't have all the classes, so you kind of have to make a choice. And hopefully this also leads to more variety in the game, because right now if you're like at a particular level, you kind of around you see people all using like very similar gear that they've unlocked around that same level. So now it's like you have to choose. So if there are 10 classes, maybe you can only get 6
In the
you see
classes
people
store,
using
man.
classes
If you
that
bring
don't
money,
it's just going to be this constant.
you can have them all, huge dragon.
Which
Just bring
class
your
should I
credit
get?
card.
Which class should I get next? If you play a healer, should I go for this one or this one? And even amongst your friends, when you're playing together, you can be like, hey, I'm going to focus on like the DPS classes, and someone can be like, hey, I'll be bit
A
more
good move
tanky.
for me.
And yeah, it's just going to be hopefully a lot more fun.
Yeah, and speaking of rewards, within the class, when you play it, you earn the
Why will
XP
that
for
be a
that
good
class
move for
class
me,
type, where
Sparky?
you can earn some cosmetic rewards. So when you're playing a specific class a lot, then you can display to other players like you are really the master of this class.
Yeah, and this is a bit
The masterclass.
insider information, but we're probably going to have like a golden weapon at the end, which you can get, which will turn your
Shader.
it's like more like a shader, so it can turn you can turn your weapon golden, but if you buy a weapon skin, it will turn that golden as well. So you can like show off that you really mastered this class.
Okay, yeah, because it's important. Like we're gonna talk a bit later about removing power progression, but that like players also want to showcase.
Oh,
their
creators could
progression
get
in
class
different ways.
tokens
So
as a creator.
people
Ah, that
are
will be
ready to
cool.
Showcase like that progression in different ways, of course. So I guess like the rewards that players are playing for is mostly like class tokens, right? So in this case, like I guess like the rewards that players are playing for is like class tokens, right?
Yes.
And they need to be very mindful of which classes they choose. So this is also like there's also strategy involved in like choosing
Yes,
the right classes. And
That's more indeed
actually, one curiosity that I have is that
how to
right now,
and
so
strategy
it's
videos.
actually beneficial for everyone to go with the same very like strong loadouts like and go. But I guess like with this new system, it's punishing if everyone goes with the same class, right? You really need to mix different classes.
Yeah,
Or
situational. It depends on the kind
Of
of
course.
maybe there is some rift where everyone takes the same class. Maybe it's not. I think that's also stuff we have to figure out. But yeah.
all right. So moving on.
They still have to figure that out.
Expectation did a lot of good questions. I think is a good creator that represents the more hardcore players. And he asked if the game is going to be like more grind based or less grind based. How are you changing in that regard?
Well, I think the philosophy is still the same, that we want you to have a good time, even if you're not spending hours and hours in the game. But then if you do want to spend more hours and devote yourself to it, then that you get some extra rewards from it. So we are trying to hit both of those marks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we found that with the other model, if you were not grinding heavy, it was actually punishing.
Yeah, that's
If you were not spending your 2 hours, and on a daily basis, and we have some players who spend hours on a daily basis, it was punishing for them. So maybe the way I would answer this question is, obviously, we also think about those who can afford to play, a long time on a daily basis.
Yeah, of course.
So the new meta will not punish them, but we are also super mindful about those who do not have hours of playtime every day, and those who are can just open moco 1, 2, maybe 3 times a day, I don't know, a couple of minutes, and maybe do what's what they need in order to keep up with the rest of the pack. So we try to, in that case, really to cater to both in that case, and I think arguably the previous model was really very grindy, and that's
So
we don't want that.
somewhere in the middle, maybe a bit less grindy, or maybe the rewards for grinding a lot.
Kinda
is
like
diminished in this model,
Ricochet.
but you can just play as much as you want to. There are no.
There we have like
Yeah, so
10 classes, as in, yeah.
That's awesome. Moving on to another hot topic, which is power progression. Maybe not as hot as like
6
as the
months.
class one and the build one, but still very hot. So basically, to give
10.
context,
Check.
with power progression.
So actually 10
You
classes.
want the possibility of everyone playing together, no restrictions. So someone that's like 2 weeks in the game can play with someone with 1 year, and they can play together. Content is not locked behind the level.
That's a problem with Ricochet.
This one I resonate a lot with, which is like that feeling of not playing a Rift because you're too underpowered, or that you are so overpowered that it actually makes it boring and easy. And right now, like with no power progression, we can just like balance the Rifts and the Dojo exactly like to match the right difficulty. But, and this is a big but, and I understand like this position from a lot of players, creators, and everything, is that you lose that feeling of progress, of seeing yourself getting stronger. It's a trade, right? This is like a huge motivator, especially for RPG. Like you progress and you see your character getting stronger, and you get stronger as you play more. So,
Yo, Captain Salt, what's up, man?
With different ways, and these visual.
We're looking at a Moco podcast, bro.
Profile customization. Is this enough? And collecting
From the developer team. This is the community manager, Zhao.
For players to replace that power progression each.
Yeah, I think like when we started off.
What's this
thinking
guy
about the new
eating?
Version, it didn't start off with let's remove power progression. It started more with kind of creating this calendar system and everyone can play together, and that's just like not compatible with power progression, because like how do you even make that work if everyone's playing the same thing? So I think it's just part of the solution.
Yeah, man.
So it's not like we believe visual progression is stronger than power progression or the other way around. It's just that
Captain, so we honestly don't have any ideas, man.
so
They don't even have
with
the
something,
answers.
so we're doing the visual progression thing.
It's all
There's a
kind of
lot
vague.
work being done on like making your profile really customizable.
It's gonna take
This is
months
one of
before
the
we see
screenshots. There's backgrounds and there's all
anything.
sorts of badges and trackers that you can add to kind of show off your prowess.
I think we have to understand that all of this is a
Yeah, man.
trade. So you lose some things to earn some things.
No
There's pros
updates
and
for
cons of
months,
not having
Captain
power
Salt.
progression and like not having strong ones. I can tell for me as like my kind of player profile. I hate power progression in
This
Moco.
feels
Because
a
when
little
I
bit
open
like
Rifts, two things can
a
happen. Either I
brainstorm.
open a Rift and I
They
see
have
that
no
I'm
ideas
overpowered,
yet.
and I feel that there's
Maybe
no
a
way I can
little.
use Rift, or I'm playing worlds enough to evolve my character and I go to a Rift. It doesn't even matter which loadout that I have. I just go there and like I use my Technosphere or whatever I have, and I clean that because I'm too strong. So for me, Rifts most of the time are not engaging enough unless I have like these really like power level where Rifts are challenging enough but not too hard enough for me to feel that
They are talking about
so for me,
an
this is
update
just me. I
that
love
will
we
come
have
somewhere
people have
in
power progress because it makes, like,
2026.
much more like rewarding. because
There
I
will
feel
be
like
no
when you open
updates for
Rifts,
Moco
there's
the
gonna be
coming
easy,
months.
hard,
So
nightmare modes. I feel
they are
like,
answering
okay,
questions from the
these
community
Rifts are made for me.
and
But
like
testing is a
brainstorming
really
about
skill,
what the
not
game
testing my
could
power.
be.
And I think for me this is amazing. Of course,
In the
we will lose
future.
that feeling that oh, my character is strong enough now. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, we
it's
will lose. Everything is a trade, and at the end of the day, we need to make decisions. If it's gonna be better or worse, of course, we need to put it out there, test it out, and see how it works or not. Let's see, but not everything is like
currently it is.
100% better than the other option. But we feel like considering this model, this is like the better option.
Yeah.
Let's put it out.
I
there and
still
see.
grind my
I think
XP daily,
as I
but
said, the biggest
that's all I can do, man.
Of not having power progression is we can really have meaningful leaderboards. I think that's something that people really didn't like when we removed the leaderboards
Yeah.
in chapter 2. But in the old model, it's just not like the leaderboards can't be fair because you might have a bunch of projects left from the previous chapter. And
Yeah.
But in this model, we can just have a lot of leaderboards all over the place. You can compete and it's nice, and it's just going to be, there's going to be way less bots because everyone's of the same power.
Basically, it's not that. It's back to the drawing
Yeah,
table.
of course, and the speed run becomes even more. That's something that I'm excited. Like I'm an esports nut, and as soon as I have a like opportunity, I would love to develop like some sort of like esports on Moco, and that's another reason why I love no power progression, because like makes esports much more possible because everyone is playing at the same level. So your progression doesn't matter anymore. What matters is the skill. So we can put players competing against each other without like considering this. I think it's amazing. Personally, I love this
Stand
idea.
still.
I understand why others don't like.
A
But
freeze.
like, I'm totally sold out on not having power progression, and I'm super excited to try out like
Yeah.
all the maps leveled towards like just how powerful you are, like for everyone, not like.
I have no idea what to do after this.
Players.
Yeah, I mean, just want to add that what you said, it is actually a big problem in the game currently. That you unlock a new rift, you're not high power enough for it. You go in.
No
you get
caps,
your
JD, please.
and then you
Yeah.
forget about it for a week. Then you go back. Then you just
Calm down, baby Moco.
So it's actually like within this like really high like power progression curve. Actually, really rare to go and play the rift at the exact right spot,
Yeah.
and it's the challenge level it should be. And then you add the other players to it, where some might be underpowered, some might be
Yeah.
overpowered, and it's
Yes,
like
thanks.
never the experience that we intended it for to be.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, let's. I mean, it's a big change, but big changes are needed for big, for big changes, like for different
Yeah.
results. So yeah, let's try it out and see how it works. And I mean, at least for me, it'll be amazing. I'm super sold out. Next question. This is this came from Tara, Drainer #1 fan. So she loves Drainer. She wants to know more about World of Moco and particularly about Draenor, as she's a huge fan. So, will we focus more on lore? Yeah, basically the question is this: like, for now, just to give a bit context, we feel there's like not inside the game. There's not a lot of engagement with lore and the founders between the general players. So, like, all the players, they don't even know. Like we saw on a survey that players don't even know who is Jax, Luna, and Manny, all of that, because they're like NPCs at the end of the day. However, very engaged players on social, they love these characters. Like our best performing pieces of content on socials is about Luna, Jax, and Manny. They
3
love
rounds
how
of
they talk
Mega
about
Draft.
lore. So it feels like there's some hunger about lore, especially with the most engaged players. So what's the level of lore inside the game?
We could do a poll.
Maybe I can
See
give
what,
my take on this. So I think
people want. I'm gonna
in
do
terms of, like,
a.
talking about the law in the world of Moco. Outside of the game, I think we're gonna be like still super active. I think we're gonna be like sharing bits and pieces all the time. And we've seen that players really engage and are super reactive to that. So we're gonna be keeping doing that for sure. Inside the game, this has been really eternal discussion in the team, like where we draw the line between we are like super narrative heavy, and then we push a lot of lore and a lot of stories, and maybe just players some maybe a large part of players just don't care about it, right? They're not really necessarily interested, just want to play. Or we go into no narrative at all, and then maybe the game feels a bit vanilla, without any soul or without. So, to be honest, I don't think we found the sweet spot. We don't know where the cursor should be, honestly. But we know that we don't want to be in either of the extreme of that spectrum. So we're gonna try a couple of things with that new meta. We're gonna be using existing NPC. We're going to be using maybe the apartments, maybe Ailey in the apartment, for example. Could be, for example, telling you from time to time maybe bits and pieces on what's happening around, or
It's
maybe
definitely on our radar to build that system up. And I think the one benefit in this new model is that everyone's going to be experiencing bits of the lore at the same time. So I think it will just be amplified a lot more rather than like just spread across this progression. And if you start today and you go on Reddit and everyone's discussing Draenor and you're like, who is this Draenor?
Yeah, that's
I have no idea. So I think it just enables us to kind of be a bit more bite-sized with the lore, but also make it more meaningful, because it's just
Paul's
everyone's
also
experiencing
running
it at the
on
same time. So
Yeah, it's a very different
on Twitch.
delivery mechanism for the lore. Instead of having this big permanent story in the game that everyone experiences on their journey, is this living thing that goes on whether you're there or not.
Yeah. I think something that we need to be mindful of, which is like in many years to come. Like I don't know, if a player joins in 3 years and
I get rid of Drainer, man. Shit.
it's like they
Take it
turn
out,
on,
man,
like,
right now.
They're like watching the middle of the episode, so they don't know what happened before. Like suddenly, I don't know, this is not canon, or I'm gonna.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
suddenly Luna's mother come with a machine gun that kills all the monsters. This is not canon, so it's just like something that came out, and it was like, what the hell is happening here? Like I don't even know who Luna, less alone who is Luna's mother. So there's no Luna's mother, but I mean, for sure
now there is.
now there is. But yeah, like we need to be mindful of that. That like any player can jump in on any time and still feels like
Yeah, Drainer is annoying. But
of Moco, but as you said, like not too many
overcharged
players
Drainer
find
and
it.
mega
So
charged
you
Drainer
need to find the
give
sweet spot. I
me
think you
a
phrased
lot
it
of
very well.
XP and
But yeah,
chaos
like,
shards.
lore is still like
Like
gonna be
a
present in
lot.
some way.
Yeah, and we discuss it a lot.
One
like
of the
way more
best
than you think.
paying XP monsters out there.
Moving on to the
OC
next
and
question,
MC.
kind of a hot topic as well, which is about like what kind of genre are we pivoting towards? This was asked by Hamburgland TNL from Discord, but other players also ask this question because I see like for example on again on Reddit on Discord that players say that we should do this or that because that's how MMO or an RPG should be.
What?
And like do this because Diablo does, do that because
No way, bro.
just copy that or something that.
Really?
We have a lot of comments like that. We also have comments that we're trying to do the
No, it should be more.
version of Brawl Stars. Right now we are just like
I've had
going away from the
other MCs giving me
ARPG
45
going
shards.
towards, like building the
Should be
PC
more.
version of Brawl Stars. So what's our reaction here? Like what's genre is Moco?
Well, I mean, we didn't start the.
What
the
genre is
to make a
Moco?
game of this genre.
Oh!
Hmm.
We have an idea for what the game, how it should be. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think the genre classification is the important bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe the natural association of Moco would be Moco feels
57?
looks like an
Woo!
MMORPG, but we never intended to build an MMORPG in the team, and maybe people will be surprised to hear that, but it has never been our intention. Obviously, we see World of Warcraft, we see Path of Exiles, we see Diablo as some sort of like very strong references for us because they do a lot of things like right. But we also see
Maybe
what
we
Fortnite
see
does. We
some
also see,
Blue
what Minecraft
Protocol
does. We
Star
also see what,
Resonance.
GTA Online does, right? So it's not. We look at a lot of references, and maybe something.
Maybe I should play GTA 5.
Like I said a couple of days ago in a team internal meeting that we're not trying
Now
to
that's a game.
fit into we're going into the MMO genre or the action, the RPG genre, and try to looking at maybe market share, we try to steal maybe players from here and there. We're just trying to create our own pie, like our own genre. And why it
I've
sounds
one
like
vote for
maybe,
Clash Royale.
I don't know, possible or arrogant, I don't know, but this has been since the beginning, really our intention. It's very difficult, that's why, to say what is Moco, it's like, is it RPG?
just
No, it's
Moco.
an MMORPG. No, it's
Just
it's a multiplayer co-op action game, maybe with like that has like some light RPG mechanics, right?
Yeah, but we never we just want to create something that's unique and new, and that's not like just another clone of an existing game and stuff.
Why make something that's already been made?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a great point because like the closer we get from MMORPG, or if you're trying to do an MMORPG, there's a lot of MMORPGs already out there, a lot of copies of Worlds of Warcraft and Diablos and everything. Do we want to be just one and like going on a very saturated market where there's a lot of sharks swimming out? I mean, or do we want like to be something new and fresh? So yeah, we have to step away a bit from that. I understand because I think a lot of our player base right now is like very like MMORPG fans. They are like huge fans, hardcore fans of the game. I see the comments, and of course they get disappointed when we go a bit away from that genre, right? And that's what we're trying to do with this new model. We're like stepping a bit away even more from the MMORPG kind of traditional kind of elements. So yeah, that's why I understand some players are a bit disappointed with this new direction because it goes a
Mega
bit away from
Draft.
what they like. The problem is that like the closer we get from the MMO,
Exactly.
the
Can't
less
see
new
that,
we
man.
are,
It's anonymous.
the less chances of like being like a mass game.
And we're not trying to kind of like we want to cater to a wide audience, so we want something there for the MMORPG players to kind of for it to feel familiar, but
Of
we
course.
also want like
What's going on
regular
YouTube?
players to just have fun with their friends, and
Of course,
it's way bigger than
Clash
we're
Royale
trying
on
to create something that's way
60%.
bigger than just any one of those
Of course,
genres.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what we try to do at Supercell, like creating genre-defining
Yeah.
games, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
so in the future, people will make Moco-like games.
yeah,
hopefully.
hopefully. yeah, hopefully. And more or less related to this, Rue on Discord asked us if we will have like
People
ultra
can
rare mobs
vote
from
on
Monsters,
YouTube
which
for
is
as
very
long as the
popular on
podcast
this
takes.
kind of MMO genre.
Unfortunately, on
We will have
Twitch,
some, like, we're thinking of
it will only
some
last
sort of,
10 minutes.
gacha systems for cosmetics on the free side, where you can get these rare cosmetics
Dropping from
certain monsters, but we're not going. We've never had this kind of.
It
system where
was
you just
close.
Keep killing the monsters again and again and again, hoping to get that really cool item. It just makes the game super grindy for people who don't want to play a lot. So I don't think it's a direction. I mean, never say never, but right now,
Of course, yeah, of course.
never.
Well,
This
what
is
I
like
do
a
to
huge
to
topic
keep
that,
things
keeps popping up.
uh,
How do you feel about
fair,
comments on us?
both will run for
Will
10
be
minutes. So when the
version
one
Does
on
that
Twitch
make
ends,
sense
the
to
one
you?
on
I
YouTube
don't
will
think,
also
like,
end.
In any point that we discuss this new meta, we ever like use the word Brawl or Stars in our
No.
discussions, right? But I mean, at the same time, I mean, Brawl Stars is
Thermos,
Supercell
a
game that
new
we are
tournament
very,
in
very
Clash,
proud
a
of.
free one, I think.
They
Oh,
had,
there
like,
is
huge
a new.
success,
Oh,
they have been having huge success with,
okay,
I think, peaked last year or something. And actually, just
Interesting.
for,
Haven't checked it out.
sideline, it took them a year to reach to a point where they reached last year.
The
That's how our wait
ultimate
is long, you know?
challenge,
But that's another topic.
Mega Draft, Clash Royale Mega
Even if
Draft,
that's the goal, of
ultimate
doing a champion version
challenge.
of Brawl Stars, we would be super proud of it. Like, Brawl Stars is an incredible game. I'm not saying that we're doing that, but like we wouldn't have any problem if it was like that.
The short answer is no. We're not looking.
I'll
at
let AI
Brawl
decide,
Stars,
Huge
we're
Dragon.
trying to transform it into
AI
a bigger
can-
version of
Yeah.
Brawl.
It's a
But I
miracle
think
worker
many
if it's
influencers
about
and
titles.
you know, for references, and Brawl Star
It's just one of them.
is just one reference that also we are looking at, right? They do a lot of things like right. They have been super successful with some of the changes that have been implemented, and it's true that maybe you could see, okay, we're introducing classes. It's very close to brawlers.
AI?
We're introducing like
All the time, bro.
We're packaging content right now around the season. That's what Brawl does. But we also Moco is going to be so different in so many ways. And
I can
maybe
have
some
Chat
aspects of the
Moco
meta and some
run
aspects
like
how we
10
package the content
competitors,
is similar to
check
Brawl,
my
but Brawl
video,
is not also,
take
the
some
only one,
keywords, and
the
come
only
up with an
game that
incredible,
there are
enticing title.
many successful games
Even
that are,
10.
approaching the same the situation the same way as we will. So
Ah, yes.
no.
I'm gonna add you as a friend,
Some of
bro.
the original founders of the team did work
A
on Brawl
mini
before.
solo.
So of course
Where
there's some
are
of that,
you?
But like since that, the game has gone quite a different route.
I mean, the when this game started, like 4.5 years ago now, it was literally like some people in the Brawl team going like, "Hey, maybe we should make a PvE." Brawl."
Oh,
So,
sorry.
I mean, it is
Mini
part of its,
solo.
like, core DNA.
The friend link
but,
expired.
it's way more now.
Send a new one,
It's
please.
just evolved into a much bigger thing that we're trying to figure out.
I think the last one that's going to be like big and involves a bit more of discussion is from Simon SCM
But
on
there's-
Discord. It's an uncomfortable question, but it's good that he asked so he can answer properly. He says like, it feels like the direction is already set without room for true change. Is there room for change? And it's
10
true, like,
minutes
we
are
keep
over.
saying that like we're hearing player feedback and
And we have a bonus vote for Clash Royale
It feels like we are like set
on Twitch.
direction, especially with classes.
So
Let's put things here. We're not gonna go back to builds just because there's a huge noise on Reddit that people are saying that we should go back to builds because it's not consensual. It's not as consensual as it looks like just because like there's a lot of comments on Reddit, right? Because we gather feedback from many sources and it's quite polarizing. It's more polarizing than it looks like, but it's still an uncomfortable question. So. I
poll
don't think
ended.
anyone
Which
can
game next?
say that
Clash
you're not
Royale.
acting on feedback. And if you read the KPI, all
One
the
vote.
points, and many people admit that like all the points were identified, like the grindiness, the repetitiveness, all of those things. It's on KPI. We are acting.
Yes.
The way that we are acting, that's where you're not like getting consensus, but like we're acting. on
Time to
feedback.
change
That's, like,
some
that's not
titles.
the point. The solutions that we're presenting, they are not like generating.
The people have spoken.
At the end of the day, we also
Let's
need
see.
to live on our vision, right? And we can like there's always like this kind of balance between like we have our vision and we believe in it and we go through it, but also like like trying to be open for feedback, but at the same time, I mean, we have to manage these things quite well. But at the end of the day, how do you feel about like player feedback? How are gonna act on it or not gonna act on it? If you're not gonna act on some feedback, why aren't we not acting on not feedback? And yeah, let's open the discussion.
Yeah, I would say for the question on the direction, I would say, yeah, I mean, we have the direction that we are going into. We know like what we generally want to do, but any of the specific individual systems or details can be changed. Anything is, we have no sacred cows here. But yeah, of course, we have to believe in what we are doing, that we have the best idea. Of course, we are still having a constant discussion on, like, is this the best version? And if not, then we'll change the plan.
And I'm pretty sure like 2 years from now, it's going to be very different.
Of course, yeah.
Like it's going to be it's a constant evolution. But I think right now the problems are so deep that we need a more fundamental change to fix certain problems in the game.
Of course.
And then after that, if it doesn't fix it, maybe we'll do another big change and, like do something completely different. But I think we just have to realize the potential, and it's going to be constantly evolving. So there's no like.
And I think we talked about that before, but there's when we take decisions on this is how the game is going to look like, we're going to be working on that. There's a lot of inputs, right? That we are putting on the table, and then you'll say, what do we do, right? So obviously there's community feedback, and it's a huge input for us. We looked at the feedback a lot, and it guides us a lot. There is the data, right? The data that you get from qualitatively, quantitatively, right? There's a lot of data, and we've been live, since March. So there's a tons of data that we can look at. And there is also obviously
You're in, man. Mini solo.
The
Good.
team's intuition, right?
I'll
The
also
team's,
add you to my mini, man. Hold on.
Touch, right? On how we feel we should tackle the problem that we have. So I think it's a matter of how we mix all those inputs.
Of course. Yeah.
And as you said, we cannot please
Yes,
everyone,
done.
sadly. But right now, the whole team is like, super bullish and super convinced that this is the best, foot forward that we can have. So we go 100% with that, and we'll see how it goes.
Sorry, I think one benefit of this model, which we also talk a lot about, is that it's super reactive, because it's seasonal and nothing is permanent. So we can make
No, you don't, man.
changes in the future.
You have a
and
great
react to
life.
feedback
You're
way
baby
faster with
Moco.
This new model. So I think that's another.
You're your youngest
benefit
here.
for us. So if we kind of, after the communities played it and we get feedback, it's just easier for us to implement changes and think about the feedback and think of ways to handle the feedback, compared to the old model, which was this giant.
I can
bulky
relate
thing, and
very
if we
much,
suddenly
bro.
like, hey, we think like
I didn't want to say
better
it,
than 4-player dungeons.
but
Just something like that would take like
it's
months to
really
change the
vague.
dungeons, change them to 10-player, make it like it's just a nightmare.
Moco. Moco, baby.
Changes also to be more reactive.
Why do you hate
So it's
Clash
like
Royale,
it
man?
sets us up to constantly evolve and change the game.
Oh,
Yeah, and of course for the
that's good news, Huge Dragon.
when we post the KPI,
Are the hours equal now?
The idea of what it sounds like, but for many of these things, like how do the classes play, you need to actually feel it.
Yeah.
So while we of course are listening, we still, some of these things we just have to put in front of the player.
Oh.
And then hear the feedback again.
Yeah. That's a good
Oh,
point. I
okay.
think, like, first, like, there's one very natural human, like, let's say, behavior, which is like resistance to change. That's natural to all of us. So when you put something that is so different than the original, of course, some players that we have won't like the new game. Some players will drop Moco. Let's be honest. Some players are very like MMO, let's say, heavy kind of motivators that the game might not resonate with them anymore. I think Cairo said in this video, and I think he put it very well, is that like maybe Moco won't be the game for you anymore. We can't please everyone, as you said. Now the thing is, I think I lost a bit on my thoughts. Let's go back on track. Okay, the thing is, KPI was a wall of text that doesn't even display very well our current version. as you said very well, we need to put the version to players. Hopefully, we have like already like in November we'll already have like a playtest with creators, and we need to put like the classes and the new version and
Skok
everything
left?
there for players to feel it more.
Yeah.
Because with the wall of text, and maybe it's our fault that we didn't explain some things correctly. Of course, now it's easier to talk. Maybe we didn't talk about classes or showcase classes enough for players to feel like how cool they are, how amazing they are, right? So I mean, let's first like.
At
hope
least
that
this
the community
podcast is
trusts
not
us, because,
helping
like,
me to
we love this
clarify
game more than
or
anyone, like,
create some kind of
I'm not gonna
image
say,
like
a F word,
a
so
dot on the
let's stop
horizon,
here,
what
but
we
we
can
really love this
expect.
game. Like,
I have
we
no
are super
idea.
passionate about it. We are passionate about like putting this game, like making this game the best mobile game in the world or the best game in the world. Why not? That's our passion. We are super driven. We love Moco. That's our life. We spend like hours and hours just thinking about Moco. Sometimes I feel like I think about Moco 24/7. That's my whole life. So like, please trust us. We want the best interest for the game. If you want the game to succeed even more, the interest is ours even more than anyone else. So we have all the information. We have a lot of information, a lot of inputs that no one else has to make the best decisions. So trust us, because we're gonna like make this game better and better, and
it's going to be
where-
great. Like I think it's really good. Like we already have some very early versions we're testing out, and it's just like way more fun with the classes and
Yeah.
with everyone jumping in together. It's just like it creates for like a lot of fun moments.
Yeah. So let's move on like a bit quicker because of time.
Somebody got banned.
Still answering questions. So Alexarius from Reddit asked like, what's the idea about monsters' HP and damage being some punishing for players? So I guess there's a lot of feedback about game difficulty being a bit too punishing, especially for late elite players. So yeah, where this
I don't have
come
Khan
from,
yet,
this,
man.
difficulty.
Yeah, I would think the question is probably specifically for the elite worlds,
Yeah.
and that's something we wanted to experiment with, adding more difficulty towards the end game to have some different types of challenges that maybe players would tackle differently. But it seems from the feedback that it's not really landing as we wanted it to, so we probably won't be doing that or scaling it down. Luckily for the new system, new meta, we can do these types of changes much faster. So the reaction time is going to be much more pleasing.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not like a mistake. It's something we deliberately thought might be cooler if it's harder and you really
Okay.
feel like you have to grind and level up. And
How
get
long is the
stronger.
ban for JD?
It was just a miss.
Oh, there he is.
Of course, yeah. And one thing that I want to also add is that like there's some community feedback about
JD,
like,
you
us
got
not
modded.
communicating
It
enough
it
in the
wasn't
last
me,
2
but
months, and us not reacting
we have mods at work.
to this
You
feedback,
cannot talk
which
in
I
caps,
totally agree,
man.
and we own
Please.
this mistake. I think like we were like a lot locked in on planning the future of Moco, and because
I'm
of
not the
that,
only mod here, JD. So
a
if
bit like,
mods don't like
maybe
it,
not,
they
as fastly considered
they
as
can
we wanted.
act.
This is not our standard, and it's not something that we want to work. It's not our way.
That's
to work,
good.
whenever the game is like more stable and everything. Once again, going back to making some some adjustments and some sacrifices, planning on the future. So maybe like we left the present a bit left out. We had to make choices, but like we totally agree with this feedback. In my part, maybe I wasn't communicative enough in these last 2 months, because I was like also trying to figure out like what's the direction, and I wanted to, whenever I communicate, to bring.
It's a
something
bit
to
low,
the
bro.
community, but completely 100%, I agree with this feedback. It wasn't right to not be communicative in the last 2 months and not giving player feedback, and maybe adjusting to these feedbacks and balance changes maybe comes
Yes.
a bit too late, but it's coming. It's gonna be
That
way less
emote
than
says
we're gonna release like
says more than words for sure.
in October. So it's coming. Did we react quick enough? We didn't. We're gonna do better next time for sure. We are reaching almost the end. Question for team, a juicy one from Elite on X. Is killing Moco a possibility? And I understand where this comes from.
Let's do a very short answer.
No.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're not.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
we're
we're-
fully committed to making it work and figuring out how to get this game to be the best game ever.
Yeah. And to clarify something, because players see, oh, Moco only has bots, has like a player base is too small, and
No, yeah.
we see it like
No.
compared to other
That was a
projects
close
because
call. I
like
saw some
close to
hesitation there.
comparing like the
Let's
revenue
turn
because
on the
if
lie
is failing
detector.
because they're not making money now. This is like a
I need to know for sure
on purpose.
whether
That's how
these
the-
no's were real no's.
luckily we are like in a company that's like healthy, so if you wanted like to put the game out there like doing a lot of ads or
I'll have
promoting the
Chat
game,
Moco
we can bring
do
millions of players to
the
Moco. The thing
analysis.
is that like if players are quitting Moco after 2 weeks, why are we like attracting millions of players to just like burning them out? There's no point. First we need like to make sure that like players like to play the game for as many years
Yeah,
as possible, right? And not just for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then we can like go strong on Moco. So if you see Moco on like
I
not
was
doing
offline
well
all
or
day,
whatever,
JD. Sorry,
it's not because
I
the game is failing or anything.
have
It's
some
because we're
guests
still testing
over
it out. We're still like developing the
from
game.
Belgium.
And as soon as we're ready, then we're gonna like push the
I
button
was
and
AFK all day.
I mean, you know, we get the question, right? And it's very easy to compare Moco to the other like Supercell games, but we can't compare Moco to other Supercell games because literally we've been in very.
Did
like,
you try their
extreme
AI
mode
bot
for-
called Ellie?
for several months, right?
What?
For the purpose of
Testing
giving
the-
us really the freedom.
No, I haven't.
for
Where can I
testing
find that mini solo?
and not have the problems of being a big game, you know. Then we decided to remove the invite system so that we could
Yeah.
get more players, right? And see, you know, now that we were opening the
Oh.
gates, see, you know, how players were
Mocos.
responding to that. And but we haven't really invested a lot in, you know, getting big and having a big share of voice
Yeah.
and really acquiring, you know, or getting a lot of users in our game. We haven't done that. It's on purpose. And whenever we feel ready, whenever, you know, touching wood, that those
exactly.
changes are positive, we will go big.
Well,
We'll go
it's
big.
as with the strategy from the get-go, keep it kind of small, get some actual players in enough to get good feedback, good data, and then like assuming that when
Really?
it's launched, like it's probably not going to be the best version of the game initially. We will need to do some changes and modifications to it to reach that like
Wait,
ideal
no.
version of the
Let me.
game.
Level of
What?
success.
Yeah. So basically, like when players say like we are killing
I'm gonna
the game
check it
because
right
we are
now.
abandoning this for 2025
On my
So
phone.
here's the thing, like 99.9% of like the population in the world, they don't even
help and
know that
support.
Moco exists.
Yeah.
So the game is not even
Yes.
didn't even born yet. So it's not dead. It's not even born yet.
Yeah.
For 99.9, it doesn't even exist in the reality. So Moco will be like a new game, maybe in
Bottom right
2026,
corner.
2007. We don't know. But like it's not even born yet for 99.9% of the world's population. So just like take
We're
this
not
into account.
selling the house.
Yeah.
The house was a bit too small. We are renovating it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't have the house party without the house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't see it. Account purchases,
So, yeah,
gameplay,
um,
troubleshooting.
Apart
Safe
from
and fair
building
play.
houses, I like this question from Rahul Kumar on X. He asks, how many people work for Moco? If less, then why don't you increase employees so things can be done faster? I think this is like a very honest question because for us that work at Supercell, we understand that things aren't as simple. But from on the outside, yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Like, if you need to reach a goal, why don't just hire people to make it faster? So, the question is like, would we deliver the update 5 times faster if we had 5 times more Ayushmans and Ellies? And I mean, this is a question that
My name is Antoine.
no, but I'm saying like because they do design, you know what I mean? Okay, and Antoine's as well, and maybe João's, why not?
Yes, please.
So yeah, like, how do you see this? How would the team be with 5 Ayushmans?
Oh man, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think our team is pretty big right now. It's definitely like we're still ramping up. We're still steadily growing the team because there's just so much content to be made and stuff. So I don't think, but I don't think in the short term, in a few months, like taking something that takes 4 months to make. I think right now, if we started hiring, it would not make any difference. Like by the time we get the people, they've kind of figure out the tech, get their laptops, like install Git, like the update will be ready. So I think we are more focused on the future and scaling up in a meaningful way. so that in
Thanks.
years to come we can like kind of make content faster and everything. But I think in the short term, it doesn't work like that. It's just like
Yeah,
There's
of
also
course.
some benefits to a small team. The smaller you are, it tends to be easier to make these big changes,
yeah.
Yeah.
get everyone aligned and everyone working for the new direction. But I mean, yeah, we are growing the team, but like it's not one-to-one that you get a new person and that you get that much more
Yeah, exactly.
development power. Like
It's way faster when you're smaller, at least for these kind of changes.
Yeah,
So
even,
I think
even for decision making and
yeah.
and I think like us having a smaller team also ensures that like we all have a voice. Me as a community manager,
I don't have
like, if
that.
I work in a big team,
Mini
in a
solo.
company, I mean, I would just stick to my very community manager roles, and I feel like in this team, I'm much more than a community manager.
Do you have it, or
So,
did
like,
you
I give
find
my
it?
opinion and I
Did
put
somebody
in
share it with
community
you?
tasks that are not even community manager related. So sometimes I don't even know what I mean, I'm a community manager mainly,
Yeah, yeah.
but sometimes I think. Sometimes I even feel that I'm meddling with other tasks that are not mine, but that's like the freedom that
Like
that
we're
we
doing
have.
this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Like
It's not job description.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Exactly. That's another thing. So we all like do a bit of everything if we want. Like so I think that's something amazing here. at
Burning
Supercell
money.
especially. One
Billions
question,
coming in, man.
Michelle, who works with our Japanese community, and she was super kind to bring like Japanese community questions. Some of them are already like repeated questions from that we already answered. But
Are
lot
you
of
a
Japanese
super
players were
creator?
concerned about elite modules. What's going to happen to the elite modules?
Yeah, so I think this with the new restructuring of how the gears work and moving them into classes, I think the old gear system is just gone. So unfortunately, the elite modules are gone. You get to keep your title because
Yeah.
all the cosmetics will carry forward. So if you got the elite module from the first chapter, you'll still have your chapter 1 elite.
But you still have access to
chapter
all
2
the
elite module,
betas.
But it's just
Nice.
not compatible, and we really don't want to just for that add this layer of complexity that is not required in the game just to support these 3 elite modules that we made, because we're kind of removing everything else and reimagining the whole gear game. So it's just unfortunately
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like, if it doesn't fit in the current system,
Yeah.
like we have to take them away. And by the way, a lot of concerns from the community about, not a lot, but a few concerns about like the compensation. We're still figuring out, so we won't talk much about it here. But the only thing that we can say is we're going to be generous, right? It's not going to be like 10 more gold for Elite 100. You know, it's going to be like.
That's why we're taking a bit of time really to think about what the best compensation plan could look like. That's why we didn't put too much details on the latest KPI, and we're not giving too much details today because still there are a couple of like things that we need to iron out. We want to be as fair as possible, as generous as possible for the players who have been with us, since the beginning. So yeah, more soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we also at the same time, I guess, don't want to make it so some players just have way more stuff because they got it from the compensation.
Mo Convo
And then it's
podcast
just be
number
that they
2,
won't get to experience
2026.
the game like how it's supposed to be experienced. So that's why we're kind of leaning on making it more cosmetic focused for now.
Of course.
But yeah,
You need to grind to Sapphire, Moko.
Exactly.
JD, man.
And our final question for today, from a creator called Vadoki. No, Vadoki, you're not going to have Barbarian Hut Evolution on Moko. Sorry. No one understood this. Basically, Vadoki is like a Clash Royale creator and is obsessed with Barbarian Hut Evolution for some reason. He's like bullying the team to put that EVE on Clash Royale, and they are not.
Barbarian Hut
It's
Evolution
like
in
a slight
Moko.
mission. But no, Moko won't have that. But like now focusing, he's asking if we are open to add aiming. This is a question that sometimes pops. Like we have this feedback, like this question, like, are we gonna add aiming? Aiming would change the game by a lot. Would allow more skill expression as well, but at the same time it would change the nature by a lot. So how are we open to this idea?
it's a question that someone brings up every 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
and to be fair, the very, very first version of Moko did have aiming. Which the very first playable that we had in the company in 2020. You could
2020?
Okay, I didn't know that.
But we did
What?
remove it. I think there are some reasons for it. which we go through every 6 months because we bring it up. I think one is that we just want to keep it a bit casual. Then the second point is if we want to eventually maybe
Interesting.
support controllers and like look at other platforms, and we can't
Oh!
do the brawl style like aiming there. I have a whole list. I came prepared. There's also this, like for example in brawl, it's like you release to shoot, but for us it would be like you kind of just hold the thing, and it just feels a bit clunky. It's not very nice because you don't have that feedback of I'm leaving it to shoot. It's more like there's this brawler called Amber, and it's like kind of how her controls are. And yeah, and then I think we just also the main reason is
2020,
that
the
we
first
believe that
version of
we keep
Moco.
this casualness where there is still enough skill expression, especially with the classes, of like finding your positioning, or maybe with some more complex classes.
No,
we could
you
have
can't go to
like
sleep,
pseudo
JD.
aiming where it prefers bosses
Although you're a
and
Moco
enemies, where
baby,
we can do
it's
more
too
cool
early.
stuff with the classes now, where maybe there is some super complex classes which allow you to kind of tag a monster and then shoot it, or I don't know. But I think like the conventional aiming that like for example Brawl has, I don't think we've
2019,
as I
bro.
said, like, we discuss it a lot, and it just comes up as a topic
Oh.
every 6 months or so, but till now there's not a very compelling argument that it's clearly better. And it does create
And
this
now we're
huge
back
gap
to
between
the
players
drawing
who can do it
table
and players who don't
again.
wanna do it. So who do you balance for? It's
I'm
just
I'm
a-
happy that Supercell has deep pockets.
It's one of those things that at first might look good in theory, but then when you see in practice, it's like it doesn't look good
Yeah.
at all. Also, would be like the next step for the PvE version of Brawl Stars. So yeah,
That's where we draw the line.
yeah, like no, exactly. Line is drawn. We live in the same neighborhood but different house.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Oh.
Where it keeps going.
Keeps going. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we went through all the questions. I think it was great. It was our first Mo Convo. I like this name. It's very street. I mean, once again, like
Is it Mo Convo or Mo.convo?
it's written as mo.convo, but I mean, we don't say mo.co, so I think we don't say mo.convo. Actually, just a curiosity, probably the name of the dev, people ask this, so probably the name of the dev video is going to be mocoms, so mo.coms. So yeah, thank you guys once again to join me and answer like community questions. I think this is very valuable. I'm sure they will love to know you better and hear the reasons behind some of our decisions. For now, we're gonna work hard on the game, so let us cook. We're gonna like
We paid for
sure
their
make the game
vacation times.
even better than how it is.
You're probably right.
MoConvo is gonna be back in November.
Yeah,
We're gonna
made
bring some
from
creators to
Moco
discuss
chips.
more, and hopefully by November we will have like
Sneak peeks.
some sneak peeks, maybe even playing with like let's say a half or a beta build.
What did he
I'm
say?
gonna bring some creators. We're gonna like for sure make the game even better than how it is. MoConvo is gonna be back in November. I'm gonna bring some creators to discuss more, and hopefully by November we will have like
Sneak peeks.
some sneak peeks, maybe even playing with like let's say a half or a beta build with creators. So we're gonna probably by then we're gonna see much more about classes and how this new Moco is about. So yeah, that's it. It was great. Thanks you for watching.
Shadow
Thank you
Warden.
for sticking with us. Hugs and ladybugs. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Should we do another take?
Oh man.
Wow. That was a. I'm not hearing anything. Hello? Why is the sound away? Ah, there it is. But they're gonna bring in some creators to play already some sort of a beta. Okay, we're not gonna play Moco. We are going to play some Clash Royale, right? So let's see. But we turn on There we go. Let's switch. Clash Royale capture. Same goes for TikTok. Clash Royale capture. Here we go. And I need to change the game. Clash Royale, save. There we go again on Twitch. Clash Royale. Okay. Okay. Oh. Sorry, mini solo. All right. Opponent's turn. Playing against mini solo. Mega draft. Mega Knight. Mini solos, your turn. No, man, no. Okay, let's go, man. Mini solo. Let's rock. Man, where? Oh. Well played, man. Jesus. GG. Okay. I need to continue with this. With my... I don't know yet, man. That was the poll was about which game to play. No worries, mini solo. Who's this guy? Ibarra. I need to push this mini. Balloon? All right. It is, man. Evo Mega Knight is a terrible car, but we need to use it in the lower areas of the ladder, man. It's important. And I just have this deck. Don't tell me this guy is... playing lockbait. Stinks. Sure as hell looks like it. Whew. Jesus. Okay, we're going into double elixir, man. Go. Yeah, man, we have anal deck alert. Ooh. Let's go, man. Two-year break. Once you played Clash Royale, you never lose the touch, man. Do you also have access to Clash Royale beta? Man, I hate the Valkyrie so much. Such an annoying card. But we have to deal with it.
Calm your mind then. Gear up for the battle.
Really?
Once you're ready, open your eyes. Pick up your monster slugger and enter the portal. Your objective is to hunt the fear within.
This is not looking good. Jesus Christ, man. Indeed. What kind of bullshit is this, man? E-Golem, healers. Yes, tower down. Oh no, 165 gone? Yeah, seriously, bro. Jesus Christ, man. I think I entered the world of shit.
Chill pill from hunting monsters.
Yeah, man.
And relax to some lo-fi beats from yours truly. See ya.
One hit at least, come on. the love of God, man. Well. This is gonna be a long journey. Yes, man. We all hate the Mega Knight so much, but this is my mini account. Jesus Christ, man. Playing so. But this guy has this. This is good. Haha. Morox X from Los Rabiosos. Three crown. Let's go, man. Finally some wins. Did you hear the rumors of the Eiffel Tower demolition in 2026? Yo, Mini Solo, thanks, bro. See you around. Thanks for hopping in. No, man, what's that all about? That would be weird, man. Oh. Well played, well played. Not gonna lie. That's not well played. Why was it snowball? Oh, funny. Where do you get these rumors from, Huge Dragon? Is there some kind of metal-eating termite discovered in the Eiffel Tower? Oh no, man, the bowler. That is not good, man. Oh no, man. Okay, well played. Ooh, that's great. Nobody likes a Mega Knight on their towers. Third-party sources. What does that even mean? Hmm. What happened there? Okay. Crazy. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's such a sucky car, man. I was so happy that I got one pretty early in the game on this mini. If you are a little bit patient, this looks like Hawk 2.6. Yes, there it is. Damn it. That's really that's a hard counter. I think this guy made a mistake here. Yeah, that log was wasted, man. 2 XP down the drain, not good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that Mega Knight, that Evo Mega Knight. You're gonna... Yes. Hawk Cycle 2.6. That. Fast Mango. I thought I read Fast Mango, but that's not it. Yo, man. Thanks for sticking around, Captain Salt. Sleep tight, bro. Catch you soon. What? Yo, Equinox! What's up, bro? How are you, man? So what are you playing at the moment, Equinox? And did you see the Moco update? Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Yeah, maybe. Witch, not a good sign. It's probably Evo Witch. Oh! My opinion is, it's very unclear what will happen in the game. Placement of the cannon is so important with the witch. If you mess up, Jesus Christ, man. What the a-hole is this guy playing? Jesus fuck, man. Oh, Mega Knight, man. Fuck this. Jesus. Let's go, man. So, we watched the video Equinox on the stream. Yeah, still won, man. Can't believe it. kind of the same deck as I have. And freeze is so freaking dirty, man. Let's collect some prizes. Anything else? Oh, chess. Oh, by the way, Captain Salt, he opened a lucky chest today and he won 50,000 elite cards. 50,000, so he can, with just opening one lucky chest, he can max out one card. Bizarre. I think that's it. All right, we made some progress today. Oh, we still have we got a lot of prizes. So we're streaming 3 hours and 11 minutes. Hey! What? 10 Electro Wizards. That's a W. For sure. Damn. 5 gems. Oh! Oh, and lots of gold. Alright, do I have... Help needed? Yeah, man, I don't play war. Haha. Alright, so Equinox, are you still there? What's your opinion on the video? So what I said before, I have no idea what we can expect for the new chapter of Moco, as in not the new chapter, but the, I don't know, Moco 2.0. I don't know. I thought the podcast didn't clear up that much, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of the stream. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Hopefully a little bit earlier. Today was a bit late because of all kinds of circumstances. So, peace. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Huge Dragon. Later, bro. And see you soon. Yo, Dustin, man, thanks. Thanks a lot for hanging around, bro. See you tomorrow. Catch you guys soon. And sleep tight. Bye.